Deep within the biomechanical catacombs of a remote hive, a Xenomorph Queen stirred with unsettling thoughts. For generations, her kind had evolved through instinct and necessity, but now a strange sense of stagnation loomed. The hive thrived, yet it lacked something new. The queen, driven by more than primal urges, began to see a different path, one that broke the boundaries of biology and introduced something foreign yet promising: humanity. She chose her catalyst with precision. A young human girl, no older than 8, abducted in silence from a distant research station. Not for host incubation, not for feeding, but for something far more unusual. The queen saw in the child's genetic makeup a key, an anomaly, a spark that could push her species forward. The girl's arrival was met with chaos. She screamed, cried, and resisted as the drone escorts delivered her to the queen's chamber. The queen, towering and monstrous, observed her without blinking. The child trembled in the black muck of the hive floor, terrified, confused, and alone. But the queen didn't strike. Instead, she surrounded the girl with silence and subtle pheromonal cues, an unspoken message of protection. Life in the hive was brutal. Drones scurried in shadow, and survival was a daily trial. Yet the girl lived. She learned, not through words or warmth, but through instinct, mimicry, and the strange psychic imprint of the queen herself. The hive became her home, its corridors her playground. The queen watched her constantly, not only for safety but for signs, changes in physiology, perception, strength. And change came. Slowly, the girl's skin paled, hardened slightly. Her senses sharpened. She began to understand the hive's unspoken language, the vibrations in the walls, the hum of movement, the silent communication of the swarm. The queen began to allow her closer, even shielding her during predator incursions. It was unnatural, even among xenomorphs, but undeniable. The queen, terrifying architect of death, acted not just as a guardian, but as a mother. The girl, once frightened and human, evolved. She moved like the drones, understood like the warriors, and thought like the queen. Her eyes, though still human, glowed with an eerie intelligence. The bond between her and the queen deepened. They did not speak, yet understood each other. The queen no longer saw her as an experiment, but as a daughter, a future. Soon the hive changed. Drones began to emerge with subtle human traits, improved cognition, adaptive tactics, unpredictable maneuvers. The queen's legacy had taken root. A hybrid army was forming, shaped not only by instinct but by reason. The girl stood beside the queen, no longer captive, no longer merely human. She was something new, something more, the first of a terrifying new breed. And in the silence of the hive, a new era began, born of fear, forged by evolution, and bound by the most unexpected force of all, love. As time passed, the girl's role within the hive shifted from curiosity to necessity. She wasn't just adapting to the hive, she was changing it. Where once decisions flowed from the queen alone, now there was collaboration. Drones responded to the girl's presence with instinctual deference. Warriors mimicked her movements. The queen allowed it, encouraged it. She taught the girl not through speech, but through shared memory. Visions passed directly into her mind. Images of ancient hives, of battles won and lost, of evolution through fire and blood. The girl absorbed it all. Her mind was human, but her instincts were now alien. She could feel the vibrations of approaching ships long before the hive's sensors could. She could see through the dark, smell emotion, predict violence. Yet, deep inside, a fragment of humanity remained. She remembered her name, though she never spoke it. She remembered the stars above the earth, the feel of air not tainted with hive pheromones. But those memories faded, becoming like dreams, soft and blurry, impossible to return to. The queen noticed. And though she did not think in terms of regret or affection in any human sense, she lingered more often near the girl. They would sit in silence, one grotesque and regal, the other eerily graceful and quiet, sharing the darkness in mutual understanding. It was no longer just evolution. It was legacy. Then came the first test. A strike team arrived, humans armed with weapons designed to destroy the hive and rescue the missing girl. But what they found shocked them. The girl didn't run to them. She stood between them and the queen, unmoving, protective, changed. She didn't speak. She didn't plead. She simply stared, eyes glowing with something not quite human. The soldiers hesitated, and in that moment the hive moved. Drones poured from the walls. The queen roared. The battle was brief, brutal, and when it ended, the girl stood among the corpses, unflinching. She felt no remorse, only resolve. The queen approached and placed her clawed hand gently on the girl's shoulder. The hive had passed its trial. The girl had proven her loyalty, not through fear or programming, but choice. That choice changed everything. Years passed. The queen aged, her massive frame slowing, her mind still sharp but weary. The girl, now grown, took on more leadership. She was a bridge between two species. Drones that once followed only pheromones now responded to her gestures, her silent command. A new caste of hybrids was born under her guidance, creatures of speed, intelligence, and cunning. She became the new queen, not by blood but by bond. And when the old queen finally lay still, surrounded by her creations, the girl, once a terrified child, stood over her, not mourning but honoring. Her eyes closed. Her body trembled. But her will did not break. From the ashes of fear, love had built an empire. One where terror and tenderness coexisted. One where a human child had become the future of the most feared species in the galaxy. And somewhere, in the far corners of space, whispers began. A new queen has risen. And she remembers everything,